the bar of the first movie was high, and we had to exceed it, you know. And I think that's all about delivering action which exhibits intelligence. Bourne is a smart guy. He's not James Bond who relies on an izzy-wizzy gadget, you know. He has that ability to think on his feet, improvise, make up a plan, and execute it with unbelievable timing, using nothing but what's available to him right in front of him.
He's timed it to make it onto a train, and then the train doors don't close. And we really like the idea of, you know, in movies, the train doors always close on time. And the idea that, you know, it's like, you know, you get on the train, and the doors don't close, and now he's screwed. So he sees a boat approaching and a train approaching, and he makes a decision really quickly that he can run across the tracks, just barely avoid getting hit by the train, go over the railing of this bridge, and land on the boat, which might break his leg, but if he can pull it off, it might not.
We did several rehearsals with a barge determining, you know, its sort of optimum speed. It wants to be going, you know, as fast as it can be when he hits the barge, getting thrown, you know, into all the steel objects that line this barge. It was a working barge. There was nothing done to it that made it very stunt friendly. And it was decided to leave it that way because, you know, the primary shot was going to be on Matt. It's a single, you know, camera's 3 feet from him. Matt runs to the rail and just vaults it and drops. And you see Matt falling right toward a real, you know, working barge.
When he comes to me and says, you know, I was thinking of having you jump off this bridge, I just said, yeah, sure. I mean, I knew he'd you know, he'd rig it in a way that was completely safe.
He just really stepped up and said, okay, I trust you. And it really came down to that.
I'd never felt like I was in danger. I mean, my cousin drives a crane. There was no way that crane wasn't going to hold me up, you know?
It was really kind of mind over matter. I mean, he had the will to do it. He didn't have the desire to do it. And you know, I mean, that's just a testament to the professionalism and the courage that Matt has as a human being and as an actor.
People say, oh, it'd be great to be a movie star, but wait till it's 4 o'clock in the morning on an absolutely freezing cold night in Berlin, and you've got a tiny little piece of wire that's almost stands between you and a 200-foot drop.
There was still the moment of, you know, that great moment of glee as you just go right over, and I was just trying to keep a serious expression on my face. You still got to look cool, you know what I mean?
Matt, because he does a lot of his own stunts, was like a kid in the candy store.
It's one of those things I think that looks more like, wow, you jumped off a bridge. I think it looks more daring than it actually was.
After Matt jumped off the bridge, I mean, he's sitting there hanging by a cable, and he's like looking around, and he looks like, you know, he's on the end of a fishing line. And we all had little scorecards, and we gave him like various ratings for what he thought, you know, how good he had been or not. And he kind of liked that.
7.3! What the hell is that? I need take 2.
As everybody goes running after him, thinking he's either on the boat or in the water, he'll get back on his train. He was always going to leave on the train, but he just had to draw them away. So it's one of those fun Bourne decisions that he makes incredibly fast, and you know, you kind of catch up with it as it happens.
I think it's got all the Bourne elements, you know, visceral action, really cool intelligence, a great sense of immaculate timing, and a little bit of wit thrown in too.
Nice.
So I'm here doing the Bourne Identity. It's a new film by Paul Greengrass. It's the sequel to the Bourne Identity. It's the Supremacy, actually. I'm hanging out on a bridge with Clemens Becker.
That was all working perfectly.
The harness